Have you ever noticed how Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube always seem to be telling you what to buy? With every swipe, there's a new product, a new trend, a new must-have. But how much are these influences really shaping our spending habits? And more importantly, are we in control, or are social media platforms deciding how we spend our money? Today we'll uncover how social media feeds this constant cycle of consumption and its impact on both our wallets and well-being. Stick around to learn practical techniques to break this cycle and start making more mindful financial decisions without falling into the traps of digital marketing. Let's dive in. We live in an era where social media is one of the biggest influences on our purchasing decisions. Think about it. Every time you open Instagram or TikTok, you're bombarded with products, trends, and influencers constantly suggesting what to buy. The algorithms of these platforms are designed to keep us engaged, showing us precisely what we want to see, including the latest products and services. This makes shopping increasingly impulsive. Often we buy something simply because an influencer promoted it or because social media created a need that never existed before. Platforms create an addictive cycle of desire, where it doesn't matter if you genuinely need that product. What matters is the immediate urge to buy it. This cycle isn't just a temporary distraction. It has real impacts on our finances and mental health. Who hasn't regretted an impulsive purchase or felt guilty for overspending even when they knew it wasn't necessary? The pressure to constantly consume is driving people, especially young adults, into debt, making it hard to control expenses and often leading to a constant sense of dissatisfaction. Social media creates a kind of instant gratification. You buy, feel good for a moment, but soon that satisfaction fades, replaced by frustration. This repetitive consumption, fueled by influencers and ads, often leads to financial unsustainability and even anxiety. So how can we deal with this? How can we break free from this endless consumption cycle fueled by social media? The good news is that it's possible to deconstruct this consumerist mindset and regain control over our finances. The first step is practicing digital detox. This means reducing time spent on platforms that only promote consumption, making space for more mindful spending. One simple method is to take a step back before making any purchase. A useful technique is applying the 24-hour rule. This means waiting 24 hours before buying anything. Often the desire to buy an item fades over time, and you realize it wasn't as essential as it first seemed. This practice helps avoid impulsive purchases, often triggered by external influences. Moreover, it's essential to pause and reflect on the true necessity of each purchase. Ask yourself, do I really need this, or am I just buying it because I saw someone using it? This may sound simple, but it's a significant step towards breaking the consumption mindset created by social media. The goal is to focus on purchases that genuinely add value to your life, whether for your well-being or personal and professional growth. Instead of acquiring a product just for status, for example, you might invest in experiences or things that positively impact your life. This could be a trip, a personal development course, or even saving for a more secure future. To further aid in this transformation, it's helpful to identify the digital influences fueling this consumption behavior. Often, influencers make their lives seem perfect, suggesting that all the products they promote are essential to achieving that lifestyle. However, many of these products are promoted purely for financial reasons, not because they're necessary. Recognizing that you're being impacted by marketing strategies allows you to make more rational decisions about your purchases. Pay attention to sponsored posts, as they're often not clearly identified and can influence your perception that a product is essential. From there, the next step is making more conscious financial decisions. First, it's crucial to conduct a self-assessment. Take time to understand what you've been purchasing recently and whether it has genuinely added value to your life. You might be surprised to find that many purchases were impulsive and not driven by real need. After this reflection, create a list of financial priorities. This will help you distinguish between what's truly important and what can wait. A good method for controlling expenses is the popular 50-30-20 rule. In this approach, you allocate 50% of your income for essential needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings or investments. This approach helps balance your budget without being overwhelmed by digital consumerism. Another helpful tip is limiting exposure to digital influences that promote constant consumption. Reduce time spent on social media platforms where consumerism is prevalent, and follow more accounts that advocate for conscious and sustainable living. This can help redefine what you consider necessary and desirable. Start following influencers who talk about minimalism, personal finance, and sustainability. This will help you connect with more balanced content, less focused on impulsive buying. Additionally, setting clear financial goals is essential. Knowing where you want to go helps avoid purchases that only divert you from your objectives. If your focus is traveling, for instance, every time you feel the urge to buy something impulsively, think about how that purchase might delay your trip. Having clear goals helps make more conscious decisions about what to spend and what to save. As a practical example, consider how you might use the money saved toward a more significant goal, perhaps for an experience that brings lasting happiness. Ultimately, applying these changes and adopting a more conscious approach to finances will make a noticeable difference. Your financial well-being will improve, and you'll feel more in control of your life. Social media's pressure to consume will persist, but the difference is that now you'll be able to make more balanced and mindful decisions without falling into digital marketing traps. Now that you have these techniques, it's time to act. Start applying these practices in your daily life and share your experiences in the comments. How do social media platforms influence your purchases? What will you do to take greater control over your spending habits? Let's embark on this journey of conscious consumption and financial transformation together. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more tips on personal finance and breaking the digital consumption cycle. See you in the next video.